Osiris. Death and rebirth. A planet lost to the sands of time, only to be reborn in conflict. Greenskins of various clans squabble on the surface, often raiding the last settlements of humanity. But there is an awakening happening in the depths. Ancient powers not seen by these orcs begin to stir, which brings the rhythm of war drums. Welcome back to Miniature Game Montage and our new Kill Team narrative campaign, the Osiris Conflict. This is going to be our first game with the new rules, so I do ask for your patience. If we get something wrong, you can certainly help us by leaving a comment below. Like all of our games, we will continue to improve with the rules, develop the story, and just have fun. If you're unfamiliar with our style of battle reports, they are edited to be short and sweet and focus more on narratives. If you like them, be sure to subscribe for more Kill Team and other games. You can support our efforts in making videos like this with just a simple thumbs up. Okay, for this introductory game, we're going to start simple and try to understand the rules. Again, this is our first game of Kill Team 2021, and as we get more efficient, we'll introduce more factions, including Commandos, Krieg, Tau, Astartes, and more. First up, we have the Tomb World faction, Keepers of Osiris. They have used 2 requisition points to purchase a medbay and comms relay. The medbay allows a reroll of a casualty test, and the comms relay allows the reroll of an initiative roll. The Keepers have 2 fire teams. Fire Team 1 is led by Makrit the Destroyer, an immortal with a Gauss Blaster. He is joined by 3 other immortals, Kotek the Pharaon's Hand, Amhut the Guardian, and Archeotech the Devoted. Fire Team 2 forms the kill team with 5 Necron warriors, all with Gauss Flayers. The Fighting Urzogs are led by Urzog Stomp Krumpa with Power Claw and Slugga. He's joined by 3 Slugga Choppa boys and Gruk armed with a rocket launcher. The other fire team consists of 4 Slugga Choppa boys and Daka Daka with a big shooter. They also spend 2 requisition points to purchase a medbay and comms relay as well. As the Necrons appear out of the ruins of a sacred Imperial bastion, Urzog has come to meet them in battle. Today's mission is secure Archeotech. Objectives will be placed in the kill zone, and the following action, Disengage Tech, can be completed if within 1 inch of an objective. Each time a player disengages Tech, they score 1 VP, and at the end of battle, each disengaged Tech secured is worth 2 VP. As a side note, these can be carried around the battlefield, so the object of the mission is to get to the tech, disengage it, and then control those at the end of the game. For TAC Ops, the Greenskins have Robin Ransack, scoring VP for taking out enemies under certain conditions, Execution for destroying more enemy fighters than friendly operatives lost at turning point, and Hold the Line by not allowing enemy operatives near their drop zone. The Necrons have Deadly Marksman, scoring with a certain model on the board, Protect assets by taking out enemies near objective markers, and Hold the Line. In the scouting phase, both players selected Recon, with each getting a free dash move prior to the game, and with that we are ready for the first turning point where the Fighting Urzogs are up. I hope you enjoy. Alright, no ploys given for the first turn, but all of the tactical objectives have been brought up. And the first activation goes over to Daka Dak. He is going to target this immortal. Cover lines do not cross any terrain. He's got him in the open, and he'll get 6 shots from his big shooter, needing 5s. We re-roll out a cocked die here. That will result in 2 hits. No AP on this weapon, and the immortal will get 3 defense dice, and he is going to block both of these. With his second AP, he is going to move behind cover. One of the warriors will lumber forward with his first action and then disengage Tech, scoring the Tomb Worlds a VP. Farksnot then activates, moves up with his first action, and then disengages Tech as well, scoring 1 VP for the Greenskins. Kotek sees this advance and reacts, moving forward with his first action, and his second is to fire down at Farksnot with his Gauss Blaster, and he's going to get 4 shots, hitting on 3s, and Farksnot is not getting the benefit of cover. Although he is concealed, he is still an eligible character to shoot. Only one of these will go through, and defense dice are rolled out, AP -1, so removing 1 defense die, only 2 roll out, and a 6, it is a critical save. Zug Zug then advances up the middle, using 1 action point to move Second action point will be to disengage tech, moving the Greenskins to 2 VP to the Necrons 1. This will get a reaction from the Necrons as a warrior will move up behind cover, so this does not count for obscuring purposes. He will fire over this, and 4 shots coming from his Gauss Flare, and he will hit on 3s. Has this guy in the open, no cover lines crossing terrain. There will be 2 hits that go through, and 3 defense dice are rolled out, needing 5s, and there will be 1 save, so 1 wound will go through, and that puts 3 wounds onto Zug-Zug. Grodd then activates. He does have a conceal order. He is going to move up behind cover, limiting who can shoot at him, using that cover to his advantage. And then a Necron warrior over on the right flank uses an action to move up. Also targets Zug-Zug with his Gauss Flare, and 4 shots ring out, looking for 3s. And there will be 2 hits that go through here. 3 defense dice are rolled out. There's no cover here, as no cover lines are crossing that obstacle. And it looks like 1 save will be made. 3 more wounds onto Zug-Zug. That is 6 in total. Urzog then decides to move up and dash behind cover. And then we flip back over to the Necrons. We have one of the Immortals. This is Amhut. He moves up to get visibility of Urzog, and he's going to fire with his Gauss Blaster. 4 shots going out, needing 3s in order to hit. And it looks like 2 of these will go through, and there will be 1 critical. Urzog has 4 saves, and AP-1 makes that 3. And then we do have cover here, so we're automatically saving 1 of those. 2 dice will roll out, and 1 save, 1 critical goes through, 5 damage. And back over to the Greenskins, Grud is going to move up, and he's got the rocket launcher, and he is going to take a shot at one of the Necron warriors here. That warrior will get cover from this shot, and it's going to be 5 dice going out, and he is looking for 5s, and he is going to get 3 of these. He has 3 saves normally. AP-1 makes that 2 defense dice, but cover will take care of 1 of these, so he should only roll 1. They both fail regardless, so he's going to take a normal, a crit, and everybody within square will take 1 mortal wound due to the splash 1 rule on the rocket launcher. Reanimation protocols being played by the Necrons. We'll resolve that in the next turning point, but they are reduced back down to 2 CP. And for their turn, Archeotech is going to move up, and he is establishing cover lines against Zug-Zug, not crossing any terrain, so there is no cover, and he's eligible to shoot through this window. He fires out his Gauss Blaster with 4 shots needing 3s, and 3 of these go through, 1 of them being critical, and AP-1 reducing my defense dice from 3 down to 2, and I roll these out. I do get a critical save, negating that one, but I fail the other one. That's going to be enough damage to wipe him off the board, incapacitating one of the Orks. Rugat then activates, moves up with both of his actions. He's got a conceal order, so trying to take advantage of that. And then one of the Necron warriors is going to lumber forwards, and he is going to target Urzog with his Gauss Flare. And taking shots here, Urzog is going to get cover, and 4 dice coming out from the Gauss Flare, and 3 of them are going to hit. Urzog has a defense of 3. The cover will automatically take care of 1 of these. He will roll out 2 dice, and these are both going to save. 2 normal saves can take care of 1 of the crits, and there will still be 1 crit remaining. That'll be 4 damage onto Urzog. Now fully understanding the Orks need to close the gap, Snikrat using all of his actions to move up, including a dash. And then Makrat, the leader of the Tomb World, is going to move up. Being eligible to shoot through the window will target Snikrat, and he is going to unleash his Gauss Blaster with his second action. 4 shots, and he hits on 2s, and 3 of these will go through. This is AP-1. He normally has a defense of 3. AP-1 reducing that to 2. So there is a critical out there. I'm going to roll this out needing 5s, and I actually get 1 critical and 1 regular, and it looks like only 4 damage will go through. Slashbag then activates, using both actions, the move, including a dash, getting close to the objective. And then on the other flank, one of the Necron warriors will move forward so he can shoot over this obstacle and take aim at Farksnot with his Gauss Flare. Should roll 4 dice here. He only rolls 3s, and it will hit on 3s. So only 3 dice come out. Again, should be 4. There will be 2 hits that go through. And then I am not getting any kind of cover, no cover lines crossing any kind of terrain. Even though he has a conceal order, he is still eligible. I'll get 3 defense dice looking for 5s. I will save 1 of these. 1 crit will go through, however, and that's 4 damage. And with that flank opened up, Snood will use both of his actions to move and dash. And that brings us to the end of the first turning point. The Orks did disengage 2, while the Necrons disengaged 1. Both sides will score hold the line, as they do not have any operatives within 6 inches of their deployment zone. And that brings the score to 3-2. Turning point 2 coming up next. We did have some points adjustments. Score is 2-1 in favor of the Greenskins. The Tomb Worlds do win initiative with a 4. Reanimation protocols on a 2-up for this warrior is good, and he comes back with D3 wounds. That will be 2. Operatives are ready. The Necrons will play Relentless Onslaught, allowing them to re-roll an attack die within 6 inches of the target, and get stuck in being played by the Orks as they get to re-roll an attack die in combat. And up first, the Necron Immortal here is going to take a shot at Snickrat, and he will hit on 3s. 4 dice going out, there's no cover here, and that will result in 2 hits. Not getting Relentless Onslaught here, as he is outside of 6. And at AP -1, 2 dice are rolled out for saves. Both of those fail. Snickrat is taken down. Seeing his fellow warrior go down, Slazbag charges into combat against one of the Necron warriors. If we accidentally roll 4 dice for this guy, it's not going to matter, but they would normally get 3 dice with their bayonets, both dice coming out at the same time, 4 coming from the Orc Boy, who gets to reroll 1 for Get Stuck In, and all of his are going to hit. Slazbag will parry the first hit. The Necron warrior decides to strike back, and then Slazbag incapacitates the warrior with the final 2 hits remaining. Reanimation protocols being played by the Tomb Worlds, taking them down to 1 CP. Mokrath the Destroyer is going to use his first action to move. His second will be to fire the Gauss Blaster at Slazbag. He hits on 2s, and he's getting Relentless Onslaught, so all of these are going to hit. Didn't even need it. AP -1 takes my defense down to 2. Dice are rolled out while I block the critical. That is enough to take Slazbag out of action. Farksnot activates next for the Greenskins and uses his actions to charge, bursting through the window, and he will fight Amhut here, hitting him with his Choppa. That'll be 4 dice. Amhut striking with his bayonet, also getting 4 dice, hitting on 3. All of the dice hit the deck here, and there's going to be a lot of hits that go out. The Orks are going to parry away one of these hits. The Immortal will then strike, doing 4 damage. The Orc will then parry out another hit, and he will strike with the last 2, doing 8 total damage. This Necron Immortal has 10 total wounds, 2 wounds remaining. On the left flank, Archeotech will activate, and he is going to fire at Snood, who is advancing up the side. 4 dice going out here from the Gauss Blaster, hitting on 3s. All of these hit with 2 criticals. AP -1 only gives me 2 saves to take, and unfortunately I fail both of these, and it looks like Snood will be incapacitated. Gruck then again aims his rocket launcher, trying to get a 2-for-1 special on the warrior and the Immortal beside him with the splash 1 rule. 5 dice going out, needing 5s, and it looks like there's going to be a crit that is out there, so he needs a critical save or 2 normal saves. He gets double 1s, and that Necron warrior with 2 wounds remaining that was reanimated will be destroyed. The Immortal beside him takes a wound and has 1 remaining. A Necron warrior then charges into Farksnot, getting an assist from Amhut, so he will be hitting on 2s, and Farksnot only has 2 wounds remaining. It doesn't really matter what Farksnot rolls here unless they're all criticals, because the Necron warrior is going to strike and immediately take him out of action. On the other side of the board, Rugut will move up and then disengage Tech, giving the Greenskins a victory point. Amhut, on 1 wound, takes aim at Urzog, the leader of this group, and fires with his Gauss Blaster 4 shots, and he is getting Relentless Onslaught, which he doesn't even need. All of these shots sink into Urzog. Urzog will negate one of the normal hits due to cover, and then it's AP -1, so 2 dice coming out on saves. He will get a critical and a 5, so he will block one of the crits, block one of the normals, and 1 critical hit will go through. That causes 5 damage onto Urzog, which takes him out of the fight. Grodd sees an opportunity to seize some victory points, so he moves up, disengages Tech, scoring the Greenskins a victory point, and that is going to get a reaction from one of the Necron warriors on the left flank, as he is going to move out and catch him in the open, no cover lines, crossing terrain, and he will be able to take a shot here with his Gauss Flare. 4 shots going out, needing 3s, and 2 of these are going to connect, and I will get 3 saves, and it looks like 1 will be good. That'll be 6 wounds on him. He has 4 remaining. Dakadak then activates, wants to open up the middle, so moves into position, and he is going to fire at Amhut with his big shooter, and 6 dice going out, needing 5s. 2 of these are going to hit, with 1 being a critical. Now he will get cover here, so that normal will be erased, and he's going to be fishing for 6s here on his saves, which he will get 2 remaining and no 6s, so he will be taken out of action. With one of the Immortals going down, the Necron Warrior moves into position, and he will target Grodd, who he can see in the open here. Cover lines aren't crossing terrain, so not getting cover, and he is going to take a shot with his Gauss Flare. 4 dice coming out, needing 3s, and another terrific roll, as all 4 of these will sink into him. And there will be 3 saves that are rolled out, needing 5s or better. I will get 2 criticals, but there's still 2 normal hits that are going through. So the second turning point comes to a close, and while the Greenskins did score 2 for disengaging tech and 1 for hold the line, the Tomb Worlds were able to hold the line as well and score 1 for protect assets. So turning point 3 coming up next. Initiative rolls going out for number 3, and it looks like the Orks will be up with a 5. Reanimation protocol on a 2-up for this warrior is good. D3 wounds returning to the warrior, which is 3. And then Implacable March being played by the Necrons, and Daka 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 being played by the Orks. And in the first activation, Rugat is going to pick up the booty, and he is going to run, getting behind cover. He does have a conceal order. A Necron Warrior again fires across the board, this time at Grodd, and 4 dice coming out, needing 3s. Only 1 will fail, and there is a critical out there. My defense rolls give me 3 saves, and it's not going to be good enough, and Grodd is going to be incapacitated. Dakadak is going to use his first action to move up, his second to disengage tech, also getting behind cover. That will give the Greenskins another victory point. We've then got a warrior that will move out into position. They do have Implacable March, so they can move a little further than normal this turn, and he targets Dakadak with his Gauss Flare. 4 shots coming out. 3 of these are going to be good. Dakadak gets 3 saves, no cover lines crossing any kind of terrain, so no cover. All of these fail. That'll be 9 damage on Dakadak. He's got 1 wound remaining. Garuk then switches up to a conceal order. He moves forward to the tech and picks it up. Makrat the Destroyer then activates on the right flank, getting Implacable March, so able to move an extra few inches, and he targets Dakadak with his Gauss Blaster. Only 1 of these will fail. He hits on 2s. AP-1 takes me down to 2 saves. I fail both, and Dakadak is incapacitated. And at this point, the Greenskins really taking a beating, as Implacable March is allowing these warriors and immortals to march up to the objectives, some of them picking them up, others just getting into position to score them at the end of the game. I did miss the footage here of one of the warriors that moved up to shoot at Gruk and ended up incapacitating him with 4 shots. So the third turning point comes to a close. The Greenskins did disengage 1 tech, and they will get 1 more for hold the line, bringing their total score to 7. The Necrons will also score hold the line. They will score protect assets, as well as 1 for marksman, as they were able to take down one of the Greenskins with their selected marksman, giving them 3 VP this turn. Initiative rolls for turn 4 coming up. And with the Necrons once again winning priority, they are going to continue to move into position to score these end-of-game objectives. They are unable to target the Ork operative, as he is behind cover with a conceal order, so he would not be considered in line of sight if they wanted to shoot at him. And that is essentially going to bring the 4th turning point to a close and our game to an end. The Tomb World will score 8 points for holding the objectives here at the end of the game. They will also get 1 for hold the line, bringing their total to 15. And the Orks will control one of the objectives for 2 victory points and 1 for hold the line in the 4th turning point, bringing their total to 10. So final score 15-10 in favor of the Tomb World. So that wraps up our first game of Kill Team 2021. Really hope you enjoyed it. We had a lot of fun playing this game, and through playing our first game, we could really feel the tactical depth that this game has to offer with the engage and the conceal orders and cover lines and line of sight and how all of that can be used. We should get better with our tactics as we continue to play, but certainly looking forward to playing more Kill Team. If you happen to catch any errors, please leave those down in the comments. I'm going to rewatch the footage and try to pinpoint those myself. We're all about improving here, and hopefully as we introduce more factions and get a little more gritty with the game, we'll continue to get better with the rules and make it a better watch for you. So I would like to close by saying, as always, thank you to the 2021 Coffee Supporters Club. Your names are up on the screen now. If you'd like any information on that, a link will be down in the description. There's absolutely no obligation for you to participate, as our content will always be free. So with that, I'd like to say thanks again, and we will see you in the next one.